My word for 2024 is abundance. I want to walk in abundance, and an abundance of health, and an abundance of family, and an abundance of friends. In abundance, that is my word, abundance. All right, y'all, this is just gonna be a really casual kind of let's talk like we're homegirls kind of, video, okay? Because I don't have anything planned really. I just have a few notes jotted down here. But hello friends, how are you? Happy New Year, happy 2024, and I pray that your 2024 is going well so far. Mine is doing very well, even though it seemed like 2024 came in with a little bit of a bang. She came in a little sassy with a lot going on. So we're just gonna pray that this year, brings a lot of healing and peace to people, because sometimes it just feels like the world is on fire in a handbasket. So I did want to make this video though, and just kind of reflect and review on 2023. What worked for me in 2023, what did not work for me in 2023, what we're gonna leave in the past, and honestly for us to just have a connection and kind of talk. I wanna know how your 2023 was and what you're looking forward to and any changes for 2024. I think I did a video like this last year where I talked about my goals going into 2023. I can't remember. I'll have to look back. I think I just talked about my goals though, and what I wanted to do for 2023, and not like a review of 2022. So this is something new for me that I want to do. And if you guys like these types of video, please let me know in the comments. Yeah, so let's just get started. 2023 for me had a lot of ups and downs, both professionally and personally. I think there was like an even amount of that, which I guess is average. It's normal. It's a normal thing. But as humans, we tend to always focus on the downs, but I do try to make a conscious effort to focus on my wins, no matter how small they are. I've said this on my channel for a long time, to really be happy for those small wins, because it really helps to, shift your mindset into more of a positive mindset. Even though I do consider myself a positive person, but sometimes you just start, like your mind will sometimes hyper focus on the one negative thing or the one thing that's not working out, instead of looking at all the things that are working out, So let's start on a positive note. Let's talk about what worked for me in 2023. So what definitely worked for me, and that I'm so happy and so proud of myself, is my health. I am still on this journey. It's a lifelong journey. It's really a lifestyle change at this point, of me exercising every day, of closing my rings every day. If you guys don't recall, I want to say back in maybe March or February, I started walking every day. Right when the weather started breaking, I live in Georgia, if you guys don't know. When the weather started breaking and I started just going out walking, some days it would be cold, some days it would be warm, but every day I would walk for like 30 minutes. And it just started with that. And it started with me closing my rings every single day, making that a priority for me to do that. And if you don't know what that means, that's in Apple Watch lingo, where you close your fitness rings, meaning you exercise for a certain amount of time every day. You move a certain amount of time, or burn a certain amount of calories every single day. And then you stand 1 minute for every hour for like 12 hours every day. And so when you do all that, you get to close your rings and you get this like, hey, good job. And I found that to be really, really motivating, because my cousins introduced it to me and I kind of ran with it. And I got everybody in my immediate circle to do it too. Like my best friends do it, my mom and my sister do it, my husband does it. And so everybody that I know that has an Apple Watch, I'm like, oh, add me on your Apple Watch so we can close our rings together. And that's been really nice. And so I have done that, and I'm really proud of myself. I remember last year, I said that my word of the year was execute. And I can't remember if I shared it on my channel. I'm pretty sure I did. Yeah, because on my Erin Condren planner for 2023, I had the word execute, because I felt like I had all these dreams and I wanted to do all these things, but I lacked the execution part of it. I felt like I stayed in the visionary part of 2022. I kept visioning all these things that I wanted to do, but then when it came to actually processing it and figuring out how to do it and executing it, that's where I lacked. So in 2023, I really focused on execute. And when it came to my health, I did that. Okay, so I have been exercising every day to this day. I think I'm on like day 300 and something 330 or something like that. It'll be a whole year at the end of this month where I exercised every single day. I closed my rings every single day, and I'm really proud of myself for that. On top of that, I took back control of my eating and fasting. You know, I read a book. I read this book called Fast Like a Girl by Dr. Mindy Peltz, and this really jump-started me into eating cleaner and eating in a way that, you know, supports my body. Since I am in my 40s now, I'm 41, and I'm blessed to be 41. I'm not one of those girls that's like, I'm not gonna tell my age. Like, no, I'm proud to be 41. And so perimenopause is a real thing that I don't think a lot of people talk about. And it's like, that's when your body starts really transitioning into that phase in your 40s. Some women, it's even in their mid 30s. And so it's important that you really listen to your body and listen to those cues. And that's what I really did in 2023. And I ended up losing like 25 pounds, and I just feel really good. Even making my way through the holidays, where I wasn't eating, you know, ketogenically or biotic, which is what she recommends, as much, I still found a way to like bounce back and like go back into my normal eating patterns. And so I'm really proud of myself. So for 2023, that was a huge win for me. I took control of my health and I stuck to it. And now it's an actual lifestyle change where I eat this way. I feel really good. I do a lot of intermittent fasting, and that's just been great. And I've shared a lot of that journey here on this channel. Another huge win for me in 2023 was decluttering, and me hiring the professional to come and help me declutter my home. That was just a win for me, personally and professionally. And to me, if something can check both of those off for me, it's like, it's just magical. It's euphoric. Hiring the professional to come and help me declutter and organize my home, and the sheer amount of stuff. I mean, car loads and truckloads, multiple truckloads of stuff that I have gotten out of my house. I'm really, really proud of that. That was the biggest check mark for me, is staying decluttered, not buying every single time something comes in, like try to get something to go out, and really taking control of that. I'm proud of myself, and I did that. You know, I'm patting myself on the back, you know, because you gotta toot your own horn sometimes. And really, because sometimes I feel like as women, we always, when we're talking to ourselves, we talk to ourselves about the things that we need to do, the things that we should be doing, what we need to be doing better, or shaming ourselves or making ourselves feel bad. But at the end of the day, you really need to be, you know, telling yourself how awesome you did at that. And that's really what I did with this and this whole project of me decluttering and continuing on this journey. I really, really hyped myself up with that. And I think that's really why I was able to continue to do it throughout the year. That with my health too, just hyping myself up about that, talking very positively to myself about it. I know it sounds crazy, but like I am that chick that looks myself in the mirror and says how beautiful I am, how proud I am of myself, how I'm a good mother, I'm a great wife, I'm a good friend, I'm a good daughter, sister, all those hats, and how I'm really literally doing my best. I am like my biggest hype man. And that's one of the biggest things that I try to teach my daughters, is that before you look at anybody else to be your cheerleader, you have to be your biggest cheerleader, no matter who it is. I mean, of course, I always tell them that, you know, their dad, my husband, and I will always support them, always love them, and always cheer them on. But even more than we do, you have to do that for yourself. And so I really did that when it came to decluttering and taking over my health for 2023. Now, girl, let's talk about what didn't work for 2023. I just posted a video about how I'm thinking about deleting Instagram. If you haven't watched it, you can tap this eye right here to watch it. But I kind of, towards the end of 2023, I started really comparing myself. Actually, throughout the year, I started really comparing myself. And I feel like Instagram was the main culprit of that. And I'm not one to typically do that. I really don't do that in my personal life, like amongst friends or colleagues or anything like that. I don't do it like that. But when it came to Instagram, I felt myself like just comparing myself, like, why doesn't my house look like this? Or why can't I keep it this clean? Or why isn't my house this decluttered? Or why can't I DIY and build myself a whole she shed like some of these women do? And it wasn't healthy, you know, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like the way it made me feel. I mean, the Bible does say comparison is the thief of joy, and that's really true. Because when you let it like kind of consume you like that, because it went from me like looking at different accounts for inspiration to me like feeling bad because I wasn't doing the things that I would see some of these women do. And then it started trickling into like my channel. Like, why isn't my channel growing like other people's channel, or why can't I, like, some people can just keep posting the same type of video over and over and over again and still get like a tremendous amount of views, but that's something that I can't do. And I felt like that comparison bug like spilling over into that area too. And I did not like it. I didn't like the way it made me feel. And then I started noticing that, because if you didn't know this, I'm a very self-aware person. I can really, like, I'm in tune with like how my mind works, what kind of, I don't know, mind shift I need, like where the problems are when it comes to me. Like, I'm not one of these people who posts and like everything's perfect all the time and my life is just this, my life is that. No, I'm human. And I try to share, like I said, the wins and the losses with you guys. But anyway, I found myself starting to be distracted because of the comparison too, like where I just, you know what, I don't want to film today because I don't feel like it's gonna get that many views, so I'm not even gonna try, and I'm just gonna play this game on my phone. That's where the distraction started. There's a game, and I've been addicted to it all year, and all of 2023, girl, I was like, every free moment I got, I'm on my phone playing this game. And I can't believe I'm admitting this out loud, but anyway, it's called Cooking City, and I love the game. Like, every free moment, I felt myself just constantly kind of distracting myself with this game. Like, oh, I don't want to film, I just want to play my game. Or, oh, you know, why film? Because, you know, my channel isn't growing the way I want it to grow, so I'm just going to play this game. And that's not good. And I think it really did start with the whole comparison thing, comparing myself thing. And I don't like the way that was making me feel. And so I said, Gia, okay, we've got to make some changes for 2024. So another thing, where I'm not going to say it was a loss, but it was definitely an adjustment for me, was, girl, being a middle mom. I'm a middle mom now, if you guys didn't know. And it's hard, like, it's crazy because I started this channel 9 years ago. This will be my 9th year sharing. I'm a middle mom now, and middle motherhood is no joke. Okay, if you know, you know. And if you don't, girl, this is me warning you. When you get to that middle motherhood, especially with daughters, I don't know how it is with sons, but with daughters, girl, you know, it's wild. It's like the wild, wild west sometimes here. And sometimes I feel like I'm in over my head, and I want to make sure that I'm raising my daughters in the best that I can for each of their personalities, because they're very different. You know, Zara started middle school, so that was a huge transition. And although another win was Zara graduating from elementary school and starting middle school, and her navigating having a phone, and my husband and I navigating that, and just middle motherhood, girl, like the bickering, and just, it's a lot. So for you mothers of daughters specifically, because like I said, I don't have any sons, leave a comment down below for us moms that are going through it right now. What can we do? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'd be looking like, okay, what am I gonna do here? I do follow a lot of parenting accounts on Instagram that I kind of like align with my style of parenting. That is helpful, but like, girl, any real life application, please leave the information for us women down below, because like I said, nobody warned me about this middle motherhood. I mean, it's like they're in between these phases, like, mom, stop, you're not cool, to, oh, mom, I still want to cuddle tonight, or let's watch a movie together, which is really sweet. But girl, it's a lot. Another win, 2 more wins that I do want to talk about, is on a personal note. Zara and Ava both excelled so well with swimming, especially Zara. She's like really good. She's on the verge of making her state qualification times. Like, she has really fallen in love with the sport. This is her sport now. Like, we swim several times a week. It's a very huge time commitment. I'm really proud of her for kind of transitioning to middle school and dealing with that, because that's a big transition, and keeping up with swimming and keeping up with her grades. I'm so proud of her. Ava's did really well in swimming over the summer too. She doesn't swim year round like Zara does, but she does cheer and she does tumbling, and she's just really happy. She's really great at it, and she keeps up with her grades. Honestly, their schedules are a lot busier than my husband and I's, and so like, we just be trying to keep up with them. I'm very proud of them, and that is a win. But like I said, the flip side of that is just being this referee as a middle mom and a chauffeur and a cook and everything else that you are, and them being a little bit more independent and voicing their opinions a little bit more. It's just, that's the flip side of that. So it is what it is. You know, my husband and I are doing our best. And the other win is my husband. I mean, he is amazing. I mean, and I'm not trying to pretend like, you know, or say that our marriage is perfect, but I just love him so much. And he is so patient with me and so supportive. I could not have asked for a better partner. So, you know, like I said, it's a balance. It's a balance. We got to shout out the good stuff and shout out the not so good stuff too. Yeah. And another thing that I want to talk about for 2023, and I really started getting in my head too, because I felt like, honestly, I wasn't connected with you guys as much anymore. I don't know where the disconnect went, but I do feel like, you know, I don't always just want to post a Costco haul and that be the way that I get my views, or, you know what I mean? And I know this is my job. Like, this is my career now, you know, me creating content online and being an online content creator. But I do feel like there's been a huge shift since COVID of online content creation, and like constantly feel like everybody wants to sell a course now and everybody's an expert, and it kind of gets like draining. And that's another thing I started comparing myself with. Like, I see a lot of women on not even just YouTube, but like TikTok and Instagram, all the social media platforms, where they're like, I make $100,000 a month and you can too if you buy my $2,500 course. And it's just like, I don't know. It just puts a really bad taste in my mouth. And so I'm always thinking about ways to be creative and for God to use my platform as a vessel, use me as a vessel to help anybody who needs to hear words of encouragement, words of wisdom, or if something that I've gone through, that I can help someone get through it too. And so I did get into this like, oh my gosh, you're making $100,000 a month. What do I need to be, you know, like, how come I'm not doing that? Or how come, you know, what's wrong with my channel, or what's wrong with my course? It's like a lot of noise. And so I think for 2024, I am going to refocus my energy on, one, connecting with you guys and creating content that is true to me, that I can be my authentic self with and that I'm happy with, and not just creating content that I know is just gonna get the views. You know, I just feel like there's a need for that. Like, I just feel like there's not enough. I don't see enough of that. And don't get me wrong, I like to watch a good, let me make these 50 meals for $2 for my family kind of videos. I do like those from time to time, but you get kind of tired of making like the same things over and over again. And, you know, like I said, I've been creating YouTube videos consistently now. This is my 9th year. And a couple of times in 2023, I asked myself, well, am I done like sharing? Am I done sharing? Do I want to go back to corporate America? What do I really want to do? Like, I started questioning that. And don't get me wrong, like I feel so blessed for this community that I have here and this platform that I have here. I feel really blessed. And that's what really always grounded me back out of the comparison land, out of am I doing good enough land, where I'm thankful of how far I've come. Like 10 years ago, that Gia would have never thought that I would be here providing for my family through online content creation. I just would have never thought that that was possible. So I always have to look back and be grateful on how far I've come, and be grateful for the life that I have, because that's what kind of grounds me back and say, okay, you know what? God's not done with me yet. I'm not done with me yet. I still have a lot to share, and I want to motivate others, and I want to encourage you, and I want to kind of, you know, make sure I provide the content that you guys find helpful. That's just really my main priority when it comes to my business. Is like, I kind of want to just rebrand into providing content that makes us both happy, not just the YouTube algorithm, if you know what I mean. And so that's really where I'm at professionally. Personally, I just want to continue on my health journey. I'm really, really proud of myself. There are a lot of things that I want to do at my house, and I'm hoping to just incorporate that more on my channel, kind of like what I did with hiring the professional organizer. As a matter of fact, exactly like that. We have plans on decluttering our basement and finishing it, and decluttering our garage, girl, because that garage it's a mess. And I want to share that journey on here and just, continue to grow. And like I said, provide content that, I like, that's authentic to me, that you guys enjoy, and that prayerfully the YouTube algorithm will enjoy too. And so I just want to get back to me. And I felt like I said, I just felt like I just wasn't connected to you guys as much, and because I would see other people do things like different Costco hauls and shop with me's and stuff like that, and then they would get all these views, and then I would do a shop with me and I barely got anything. Yeah, and it was like, what is going on? Like it would make me feel like, oh, maybe I'm just not making the type of content that I should be making. So just like, I had a aha moment towards the end of 2023 where I really wanted to start making content that was back to being authentic to me and what I feel like would be best for my channel, if that makes sense. So that's really where I'm at. Like I'm just really, really blessed. I'm really, really happy, and I'm ready for 2024. I just feel like I'm ready for a new wave of energy when it comes to my business and content creation. I want to do more sit down videos where I'm talking about how I feel, and I really want to know how you guys feel in the comments, because I love talking to you. I literally read every single comment, and when you see me heart it, that is me reading it. That's my acknowledgement that I read it. I can't reply to every single comment, but I do read every single comment and usually try to heart it when I read it, if I agree with it. Some people just be talking out the side of their neck. Not often, but I do get a few comment here or there where people just talking crazy, because it is still only a small portion of my life that you see here on YouTube. I don't share everything on here because like I am the content creator. My family is not, my husband is not, my children are not, even though they low-key want to be. And so yeah, that's just where I'm at. I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really blessed, and I pray that you guys are feeling good and feeling blessed too. So let's go on this journey together of just being authentic to ourselves. I want to just continue to walk in my purpose. I pray that you all are able to walk in your purpose too. How happy would we all be if we could all monetize and walk in our purpose for what God put us on this earth to do, and just do all the things that we are so good at and exceed and excel at, and then outsource everything else that we need help with. That's the answer to everything right there. And I just pray that we all can do that. I want to share what my word of the year for 2024 is, and I would love to know what your word of the year is. Leave a comment down below and just let me know at least what the word is. My word for 2024 is abundance. I want to walk in abundance, and an abundance of health, and an abundance of family, and an abundance of friends, and in abundance with wealth, in abundance with content creation, just in abundance with creativity, in abundance in God's word. In abundance, that is my word, abundance. And so that is really what I'm focusing on for 2024. And in order to achieve that, I'm definitely going to do the 12-week year. I've been doing this for many years. Some years it's been more successful than others. I think I did one successful quarter last year. This year I'm doing this again, and I just want to be able to be the woman that I'm striving to be, the best version of myself. And so that's all I can ask for. So that is it, my friends. Thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to chat with you in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.